We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from Miami. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Come on, set. Come on, 38.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Tua going to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out there in the rest of 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. first and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 20-yard line. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Third and long, here's Howell. Got his man, it's Bo Melton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
He's able to find Melton. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Again, it's Robinson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to... Timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Going quickly out to the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Cole Turner from 4 yards out. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 12, Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Commanders 7, Dolphins 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Faking the handoff, Howell. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Robinson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Robinson again, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., a 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Commanders 14, Dolphins 3.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
On the set.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's good for the Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. A good pickup there at 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Pass complete as Akama with it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. Ballage will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, here's Howell. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Fielded at about the 28. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. On 2nd and 2, Tua. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
He'll get this one to Ezekama. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Brandon, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
55 rushing yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. From the 25 on second down. Powell trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 28, Dolphins 13.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Dolphins take over first down at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half begins with a run. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a two-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Andrew Booth picks it off. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll pitch it to Robinson. Bulldozes past him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Turner. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Howell, 3rd and goal. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Slide for the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score. Commanders 42.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Now, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Off play action. It's Howell. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now they go play action with Howell. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Balaj. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And again, it's Tagovailoa. They set up the screen for Sermon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Got it.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Tua going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Kalen Balaj, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A short kick taken at the 18. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll go play action. Howell.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this will be caught at the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here's Howell.
Pass incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Ready, set.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
Checks it down to...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
Right at the 50-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
93 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Washington on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's got some space here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Well, have a game, sir. Why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game. And this one won by his side of the ball. They played so well. Surprised he didn't get a 2nd sack earlier.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua gonna look deep for Wilson. And that gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Tua. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback. Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Ready.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Caught on the slant. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Washington. 76 yards.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Commanders, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.